The third one is that the client doesn't know what they want until they see it. And the designer has to try and produce just a bunch of stuff until the client likes one, and then they just select it. Kind of like, just show me all the colors of the rainbow, then I will know which one I like.
This is probably the worst scenario, I feel, because it's like none of the client or the architect really knows what's best. You know, like the architect is just producing a whole bunch of stuff that sometimes is radically different from the other to tell you that, you know, within the design process, anything could be designed, right? But if as a professional, you're showing anything and everything to a client, well, you haven't done part of your job. Like, part of our job is to selectively narrow down the best options. Like, you know, even if in-house you do 50 different options or something, you're not going to show that to your client. They need to be part of the process, but to a certain extent. You need to still be able to define which ones are the best, which ones aren't, which ones do you choose to show them.
I mean, for some things, there's going to be a lot of exploring at the very beginning, for sure. We're going to be all over the place because we're trying to figure out, like, you know, what direction we're trying to go with. And sometimes you can't just have a conversation to weed things out. You need a visual thing to work off of. But this is also where we live now in the age of the internet. Like, having reference images is very helpful to get a rough understanding of the tastes and preferences of the person. And that's where, honestly, like, when we speak with clients, it's also not just, okay, send in an email what you want, and then we're going to design off of that. We need to meet. I need to see you. I need to see what you're wearing, what your house is like now, how you speak, like what your interests are. And all of that in a very indirect kind of fuzzy way, like static, gets somehow channeled down into the decision-making that we have when we're designing. And that's what happens. We talk about it quite a bit. What is the precise, you know, step-by-step linear kind of path of that information going down, and how does it get channeled into decisions we make? Honestly, I can't say a lot of times, but it's there. And that's how you kind of more greatly guarantee you're going to create something for somebody that has meaning and not be just way, way, way off the mark. The other danger of that exploration, kind of like just produce a bunch of things and I'm just going to choose one, is that you don't want it to be, let's go to, you know, Macy's or Saks or whatever. I'm going to show you all of them and you just choose the one you like. That is not, it's not really a design process, right?
Yeah, no,
because you're designing an off-the-shelf product, sort of, that's going to be just selected. The creative part of the designer's brain gets turned off because it's more like, if they say yes, then we just go with it. We don't think any further, kind of deal.
Yeah, no, again, to me, like, you're the professional, you should be selecting what you think is best and why it's best, and not just, you know, let it out in front of the client and let them pick whichever of the 50 options.
The last one